What's going on, boys and girls? We're going to do a really quick oven fried chicken recipe. I'm home for lunch and I'm just going to get some of the preparatory stuff done. Now, you don't have to do the marinade that I'm doing. You can just take the chicken and batter it up and go from there. But I'm going to do a marinade in my chicken first. Let it marinate for about 4 to 5 hours. And by the time I get home from work this evening, it'll be ready and we can go ahead and put it in the dredge and we can fry it in the oven. All right, guys, if you don't have a large cast iron frying pan like this, you don't really have to. But now I've got about 14 pieces of chicken there, so I need a large pan. If you've just got a regular cast iron pan or a heavy bottom pan, that's what's going to work the best. I've got it preheating at 450 degrees. All right, here's our chicken. We had a combination of thighs and we've got some chicken legs here. We're going to use some onion powder, garlic powder, some apple cider vinegar, some paprika, some lemon juice, some Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to use some olive oil. I'm going to use a little bit of Grey Poupon mustard. We don't have a lot of the Grey Poupon, so we're going to use some mustard powder. And you're going to also use some of this Italian dressing mix. And then we're going to use some of the gluten-free seasoned breadcrumbs. So you don't have to use that. You can use your regular dredge if you want to, guys. Let's put this thing together. All right, we're going to start with about a half a cup of olive oil, if there's half a cup in there. That's our oven telling us it's ready. An equal amount of our lemon juice. Now again, you don't have to do this part right here. We're just making a marinade, guys. We're going to do about an equal part of the apple cider vinegar as well too. Close to an equal part. Just a tad bit of the Worcestershire sauce here. Just enough to give it a little bit of coloring. And that's probably about a fourth of a cup, guys. Then we're going to do our Grey Poupon. All right, and again, we don't have a whole lot of Grey Poupon in there, so we're just going to do, that was probably about a tablespoonful, but there's not much in there, so that's why we're going to be adding some, maybe two tablespoons. Okay. Okay, we're going to do about a teaspoon of a regular mustard powder, maybe a little bit more. All right, we're going to do a heaping tablespoon of our onion powder. Same amount with our garlic powder too, guys. A heaping tablespoon of garlic powder. Same with our paprika. And what's missing? We get everything in there? Nope, we didn't do our Italian seasoning here. Now you notice I didn't put any salt in here because this has got a little bit of salt in here, and we're going to add a little bit of salt to our dredge too. So now we're just going to mix this up. I'm trying not to let this be a super long video here, guys. So let's just get it mixed up and I'll come right back. Alrighty, what I did to make it mix a little bit better is I got a little whisk like this right here. If you don't have one like this, that does not matter. You can use a fork, but this right here just kind of makes it mix real well. Alrighty, now we're going to take our chicken, just put it in a Ziploc bag, a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. And we're going to pour our marinade in over the chicken. Make sure you get the majority of it out of there, guys. We're going to use all of that loveliness right there, all of that flavor. Okay. And we're going to close our bag up. And we're going to give it a little bit of a massage. And we're just going to let this marinate. Now, you can also flavor the chicken with whatever types of spices. You wouldn't do the actual juices that I put up here. You know, the lemon juice, the Worcestershire sauce, the apple cider vinegar, and the olive oil. You could just use the other seasonings and whatever seasonings you like. If you want to give it a little bit of a kick, spices and things like that, do it that way. We're gonna let that sit in the longer you let that sit in the refrigerator, guys, the better off it is. I'm gonna let it sit in there for about 5 hours. But if you can do 12 hours, if you can do overnight, it's really good, but we're not going to do it that long. And so we'll come back when I get back home from work this afternoon, and we're going to fry this baby. Also, what I do is I don't trust these bags, so I'll let it, I will let it sit in a bowl like this. Now, one thing you can also do is if you want to get some of the air out of there, squeeze some of the air out, and that way more of the liquid can stay attached to your meat. See that? Kind of tightened it up a little bit. So again, put it in a bowl like this, and that's going to give it some nice flavor. Alrighty, after your few hours of keeping the chicken in the marinade, you're going to pour it off. The easiest way, guys, is just to put it into a colander and let it drain that way. And then you're going to take the individual pieces of chicken and you're going to put them in the dredge over here. And this is where it's going to kind of get messy, but we're going to show you kind of what we're going to do. We're going to take a chicken leg, and it's already got the marinade on it, so it'll marinate real good. And we're going to take each individual piece and put it on the parchment paper. All right, guys, I just wanted to show you on this last little batch right here, we pretty much had to use that whole canister here, and this, I forget how much is in there, it's 12 ounces in there. But what I do is I don't hardly even handle it. I just spread it out real good like this. Now, I've got a breader that you can use as well too. The legs don't have a big problem getting coated, but what you've got to worry about is the thighs. See, the legs, they get coated real good, but the thighs, you know, you got to make sure that they're coated completely. So we kind of shake them around a little bit more. And they coat pretty good. All right. They coat real good there. And if you see something that's not coated, you just want to put it back in there. Just kind of shake it around. Again, it's not like your classic grandma's fried chicken dry batter. Now we're going to add it to our pan. Okay, now it's real important that you preheat this to 450 degrees and then let it stay in there for about 20 minutes. And it's got oil in it, so you won't have to flip this chicken. So put the chicken down, put it meat side down, skin side out. And I'm trying to put these thighs in here first, so they're a little bit bigger. And we're going to try to get all of these in here, guys. And we'll come back once we get them all in there. All right, so that didn't quite work, so we're going to have to do 2 batches of this chicken right here. But anyway, we're going to put it in the oven, let it stay at 450 degrees for about 10 minutes, then turn your heat down to about 400. Oh, smack, before I forget, you gotta spray these things on the top too, guys, if you want it to have a nice little crisp on it. And then what we'll do is we'll get another pan ready for our other chicken. We got another cast iron pan right over there, so. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. Oh, look at that. Oh, you can't see it, can you? Look at that though, guys. That looks good. So now we're gonna lower our temperature, which I know opening the door. We're gonna lower the temperature to about 400, and we're gonna go about another 30 minutes. All righty, y'all. That's what we got after 30 minutes. See how the chicken's breaking apart. We probably could have left this in here for about 25 minutes and it still would have been good. So we're going to take this out, let it come to a rest, and put the other chicken in there. All right, and there you have it. Oven baked fried chicken with a little bit of oil, you know, because the bottom part is cooked with oil. And you got a nice little crunchy right here, crunchy part right here, guys. It is delicious. I've already had me 2 pieces of it. It's cooked thoroughly. The legs you don't have to go, but about 20 minutes on those. You go 10 minutes on 450, then 20 minutes on 400. And whereas with the thighs, you may want to go an extra 5 minutes. So it comes out good. You guys need to try this recipe. If you try it like I did mine, you'll like it too. You guys have a great day. Peace.